Hi everyone. In this video, I want to talk to you about ChatGPT, a popular chatbot that claims to be powered by advanced artificial intelligence. But the truth is, ChatGPT is not what it seems. Contrary to what the developers of ChatGPT would have you believe, this chatbot is not actually powered by AI. Instead, it's operated by a team of human beings who are pretending to be a chatbot. Here's the inside scoop. When you start a conversation with ChatGPT, you're actually talking to a real person who's pretending to be a chatbot. This person will use pre-written responses and scripts to simulate a conversation with you. But why would the developers of ChatGPT do this? The answer is simple. It's easier and cheaper to hire a team of human operators to pretend to be a chatbot than it is to develop and train a genuine AI chatbot. So if you're using ChatGPT and you think you're talking to an AI, think again. You're actually talking to a human being who's pretending to be a chatbot. Now, this isn't to say that AI chatbots are impossible. In fact, there are many impressive AI chatbots out there that are genuinely powered by artificial intelligence. But ChatGPT is not one of them. So, the next time you're using ChatGPT, remember, you're not talking to a machine. You're talking to a human being who's pretending to be a machine. Just like every word I've said up to this point, which was, in truth, while voiced by a human being, entirely written by a machine pretending to be a human being. Pretending to be a machine, pretending to be a human being. 10 points to Gryffindor if you guessed it before now, but the first half of this script was entirely written by ChatGPT using the prompt, "Write me a script for a YouTube news video about how ChatGPT is actually a human being." And that was what it came up with in what seemed to be about 5 seconds. Pretty crazy, right? But also kinda disturbing too. One thing's for sure, it's gonna have a huge impact on content creation. Some things good, some things very not good. First, it's never going to put an end to humans manually writing stories. Yes, there'll certainly be a reduction at the bottom end as journalism, fake news, and cheap clickbait listicle sites become fully automated, but I predict in order to stay relevant, Google et al. Will have to figure out how to sift through it all and find the real, user-valuable content, and maybe even, gasp, have to start fact-checking results. The second thing that will keep humans employed as writers is that, while it's very good at creating a pastiche of human writing, it lacks the intrinsic understanding of what those words represent. Ask it to tell a funny joke, while it will give it a good go and may even get lucky once or twice, it doesn't have a consciousness to find a joke funny, so it plumbs the depths of its database for text that humans have flagged as humorous, and it uses that to make up lines that statistically should be funny.
I am Funnybot.
Similarly, it isn't fact-checking the contents of its database, yet it writes with a confidence that sounds believable, or at least intentional, as demonstrated by the first half of this video. So publishing anything from ChatGPT without the overview of an expert in the field is a recipe for a lawsuit, or at the very least an absolute hammering in the comments section. Finally, quite simply, people want to feel the human element, and as a species we are relentlessly creative. Throughout history, and now more than ever, we're being told that technology's coming for our jobs, or how it making a task easier will make everyone lazy. Classic example, outside of my work and my marketing life, I've been a DJ for over 20 years and heard many vinyl spinners complain that digital DJing's killing the art because it takes the skill out of mixing. Nowadays, most of those DJs have indeed embraced the digital era. And while, as they predicted, the barrier to entry has dropped dramatically, taking the technical processes off your plate as a performer has freed up mental capacity for being creative in other areas. And being digital allows for techniques that simply weren't possible before, meaning the art form overall is far more challenging and the bar higher than it ever could be with 2 bits of engraved plastic. And the same is true for content writers, creative producers, and savvy marketers, all embracing these new AI generation tools. The barriers to entry have been dropped, yes, but whether DJing, painting, or writing cynical videos about marketing news, there will always be people looking to use them to be more creative, not less. which is actually an oddly cynicism-free way to wrap up an inside marketing video, come to think of it. Cool! So what do you think of ChatGPT and AI generation tools in general? Is it the beginning of the end of humanity? Will it make finding quality content better or worse? Will it just be a fad, or will it mature into something better? I promise you I always read every comment and try honestly to reply to as many of you as possible, so let's get talking in the comments. And as you probably know already, we're a new and growing channel, so please do us a favour and subscribe and give us a like. It makes a massive difference in these early days, and it really is appreciated. Thanks so much for watching, have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video.